Hello Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma, welcome to the Culinary Kitchen. My name is Chef Jason, I'm chef owner of Native Chef LLC, and today we're going to be doing a really healthy soup. And it's that time of year, it's getting chilly outside, and there's nothing better than a nice hot bowl of soup whenever you're coming in from outside. So not only is it going to be a good soup, it's going to be a healthy one. We're going to be using turkey to make it, and then we're going to be working on that part where we add veggies at the end, and we're going to dice up some zucchini and squash, and we're going to add it right at the end to add that nice bright color, add some healthy vegetables to it, and it's just going to be a really good soup. So got a lot to get started, and first thing we need to do is get that broth going. So we need to get our veggies cut up, and what a good soup is a broth, that liquid, that broth. So we need to develop that, and that's the first thing we need to do. So we got a lot to do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma for hiring me to bring me in to do some of these videos from my house. I sure appreciate it. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let's get started. First up, we'll cut up a couple carrots, and we want a small dice with these, and we want 2 medium carrots for this recipe. So I'm going to cut these in half, and then I'm going to carefully slice these down here. And I'm going to cross cut here, and then I got these strips, these small little carrot sticks, and now we're going to cross cut this way. And then we get these nice, really fine, small diced carrots. Next up, we'll small dice some celery, and so all I do is I just put my knife here. I don't put it all the way through. I leave the end connected, and then all we're going to do is we're just going to slice down, and then I'm going to trim the end off, and then trim it in half, and then bring it like into small pieces like that sticks, and then we'll get a small dice of celery. Next up, we'll finally dice a yellow onion. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut not all the way through to the end. And then once I get them all cut, then we'll just cross cut, and we'll get some finely diced onion. And then we'll finally mince some garlic. And then we'll dice up some squash, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these down into strips. We want similar size as the garlic or the celery and the carrot. And then we'll cross cut these into small strips just like we did with the carrot, and then we'll cross cut this way, and we'll get a nice fine small dice. And then we'll do the same cut with our zucchini here. We'll cross cut this way, make strips, and then we'll cross cut to get these nice fine dice zucchini. So next up, we will start our veggies for our stock. Again, we want to make a really good stock. That's the key to good soup. So we're going to add our garlic, our carrots, celery, and onion. And we're going to cook this for about 3 minutes. So we don't want to really overcook it, but we want to open the flavors. It's called sweating the vegetables, and we want to bring out the flavors of these first. And now that we've opened the flavors to the veggies here, we're going to add some dried oregano, dried basil, and black pepper. Take the time to really stir these into the veggies. And then after we add the seasonings and mix them in well, we'll add our turkey meat. And this is lean turkey meat, so there's not going to be much fat coming out of it. And really take the time to break it up when it's raw. If you wait until it starts cooking and then try, it's going to be hard to break up. So try your best to do that now. And we're going to brown this until it's cooked through. And now that we have our turkey nice and browned and cooked through, we're going to add our hominy. I rinsed these and drained them really, really well, and I'll talk about why I rinsed them at the end, but rinsed them and drained them really well, and I'm going to add some Great Northern beans, and we're going to add some chicken stock. I'm going to bring this to a boil. And then once we have it at a full boil here, we want to turn the heat down to a simmer, and we're going to cover it, and we're going to simmer it for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then after we're done simmering our soup, the 25 to 30 minutes, you know, that's kind of like a minimum. If you want to let this go for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, you know, it's just going to be that much better. The veggies might be a little bit overcooked, but you know, what we want to do now is we want to add our zucchini and squash last. And this is why, because it's going to cook literally in like 30 seconds. We just want to heat this through. And this yellow and green gives this amazing color to our soup. And they're not going to be mushy. They're going to be nice and bright and colorful. And that's what we want with our soups. We want people, you know, to see them and really like them visually before they eat it. You know, how did you get your veggies so bright? And part of that is the knife skills, and part of that is learning when to add them. And so now that we've added them, we'll add a little bit of salt. That's again very key. Add the salt literally right before we're going to serve, like 5 minutes before. Stir in the salt, because if you add it too early, the sodium content's going to stay, but the sodium flavor is going to cook out, and you're going to have to add more. So always salt right before you serve. And now we'll just work on plating. And then to finish it off, we'll just put a little bit of fresh parsley, and this is optional. But it's a nice addition. It stays right on top, and it's so bright and colorful. I wish you were here to smell this, because that dried oregano and basil, oh, it's amazing. And what's nice about this soup is it's nice, like if you're having company over. Let this simmer, and the aroma is just amazing. When you have your company walk in, they'll be like, what is that? And you know, they'll be really get hungry, and they'll say, something really smells amazing. Some takeaways from this, again, always add that salt at the end. If you're going to add sodium, add it at the end. Add those fresh veggies like the zucchini and squash. We don't want those overcooked. They'll become mush, and they won't look very good at all. Add them right at the end, literally 30 seconds. They're going to cook in that hot broth. And you know, our garnishes are important. And turkey, you know, turkey's really good. If you add it with other veggies and product, it tastes amazing, and you feel good about yourself. That's what we want to do. We want to cook healthy. Even if you do soups or stews like once a week, and you like to use ground beef or whatever, try ground chicken or ground turkey at least once out of those 4 times. It's just that piece that we're trying to, you know, lower our saturated fat intake and over our calorie intake, and it's actually cheaper than ground beef. If you have to buy like a 93% ground beef, you're paying like $4.99, maybe even $5, $56 a pound. If you're buying, you know, 75%, you have to get rid of that grease. That's extra time on you to do that. So again, just take time to take care of yourself. Try new recipes. Take this recipe and use the ingredients that you want, the veggies that you want, and be creative and have fun. You gotta have fun in the kitchen. Had a great time today. Thank you so much for watching. I sure hope you learned something from this video. And until I see you in the next video, stay safe out there and stay well. Miigwech.